Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. This is episode 23 of our Timberborn playthrough. We'll go through a quick recap before we get into today's video. So let's go ahead and bring the UI back up. Before we get started, remember to leave a like and a comment. It really helps out with that video engagement. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. For those of you who are new, in the last episode, we continued to build out this nice little housing area with a bunch of Lidos. We got in a few of the fountains of joy, which are great. We also are almost done with covering our entire aqueduct with windmills, which is fantastic. Really completes the look and generates just a ton of power, which is perfect. And they should have this finished up here any minute now, just a couple more windmills. And in between episodes, I kind of let them finish up everything that we were working on, let them get all this dynamite laid. So that is where we are going to start today. We're going to start by detonating as much of this as we can to get this going. So why don't we delete those stairs so that we can get the last piece of dynamite in there. Highest priority, obviously. And then it looks like we're going to have to dynamite out a little bit more of this space to get the water all the way over here. Although we'll see if that's actually the case. It might just be blocked by this area, but we will see. And then we can go ahead and get some dynamite on here. We'll go triple speed. Highest priority on that. We can detonate this away. We also got a lot of this earth placed, so we can go ahead and get rid of these. Delete the rubble, and then I will get a little bit of terrain in here. Let me just spin those around. There we go. And we'll put that on the highest priority as well. Mine as well. Okay. So, if we come in here, yeah, so it does look like we are going to need to expand this out a little bit. And that is totally fine. Not an issue. We can definitely do that. So why don't we just kind of maybe square this off? That should definitely get it to reach there. And we'll go highest priority on that dynamite. Kind of not really important, but mine as well. Get it done. And then we've almost emptied these ruins, which is great. So I'm going to set all of these to empty. Except for that one, so that they actually have a place to put this. Although it looks like they have places to put it anyway. So we'll set those to empty. Now, in the last episode, we started to map out our bot production. I was told in the comments that these refineries don't need power, and you're completely correct, but we routed it there anyway. So they have power if they want it, but apparently they don't need it. And then a couple people in the comments, I think Jason Jazz was one of them. Thank you again for the reliable comments. Talked about ratios, and for those of you who have been sticking around, you probably understand that I really don't follow ratios. I just overproduce. I try and overproduce everything. I know that it's not the most efficient way to play the game, but it's just kind of the way that it's the way that I play. It just is what it is. It's really not. I don't really play very efficiently, and that's just it's just the way I play. So let's go ahead and get the bad water rig up and running, so we can start to get some bad water. I am going to get both of them up and running at some point, even though we really don't need that much bad water. But I figure why not? Mine as well. And then another thing that we could probably get is a solid storage area, just for kind of excess goods. And honestly, I was kind of thinking of utilizing like this space here for some excess storage. So if we're going to do that, I'm just going to get rid of this. And this. And we'll just delete all of those. So I am going to put a levee in here. And then I'm going to get rid of this. We will put a platform there and a bridge right here going across. And then it's completely unnecessary, but I'm going to put contamination barriers right here. Again, totally not necessary, but might as well. And we'll put all of this on kind of a medium-high priority. And then if we come in here with our large warehouses, it looks like they're going to start like right here. Actually, they're going to have to start over here. You know, I guess I could do something like this. So we'll get some stairs down. And we will get a large warehouse here, and then these ones will go like this. With a path kind of coming like that. And we can get kind of this portion built, just so that they can get down. And then let them build all the contamination barriers, just so that we can actually confirm that this contamination goes away. And again, this is totally not necessary. I'm just doing this for aesthetics. Which is, you know, the reason that we do everything. So, but yeah, I would like to see that contamination go away. We're gonna rid the whole map of contamination, which will be good. But okay, what is oh yeah, so this doesn't have any power. Now it should. There we go. So we're going to start making bot chassis, bot heads, and we should have the biofuel. Yeah, we have tons of it. 1.1K. Okay, perfect. And look at that. This is finally done. So I'm going to delete those. I'm going to delete this rubble. Delete these. Delete all this rubble. Perfect. So we harvested that whole metal structure there, which means we can finally get this one online. I'm just going to max it out. And just like that, I've erased all of that progress. With the mine and this bad water rig, we have erased all of the progress that we made with regard to our population. Okay, cool. So that is now kind of flooded. So that's good. And I think we'll get some stairs down here just so that I can bring this down a level. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is totally not necessary, but I just think that it would be nice to kind of sink this down. And again, seriously not necessary, but might as well. And let's get some stairs down there. I don't think I need any stairs over here to drop this down. But I do need some stairs over here. At least I think, because I'm pretty sure that all of this can be reached right there. And I don't think I can actually get dynamite. Oh, I can. Okay, so let's get dynamite there. And then dynamite there as well. And we'll just kind of drop down this whole area. And then we'll get some dynamite in here and in here. Yeah, that should be good. And why don't we just get a path kind of like this? Just get that linked up. We'll get a path there. And then I am going to do this lower level first. Just so that I can rip those stairs out and add in another piece of dynamite before we completely dynamite the whole thing. But okay. So if we come back over here, yep, This contamination is gone, which is perfect. So now we can actually go ahead and put our warehouses back in. And I'm kind of thinking that this will be mostly industrial goods. So like dynamite, gears. Dynamite and gears would be good. Punch cards. I've been told that punch cards are useful. So why don't we get punch cards? And then, are there any other industrial goods? Maybe paper. Yeah, so that'll kind of be our industrial area. And then with the bots, so how do the bots recharge? Because as far as I'm aware, the Iron Teeth have like bot charging stations, and I don't see any here. So do they just consume biofuel? I don't know. See, these are things that I do not know. But okay, so we're making our first bot, it looks like. And I guess we'll just have to see kind of once this is done. But why don't we go highest priority over here? So we'll get all this built. And then we'll see what we do. Oh, we need storage for bot parts. That's right. Do I want to put that all the way over here? No, not really. But I also don't really have a place local. Although, you know, I do have a place that we could be local. Let's see. If I were to do something like that, can I overhang over this? Yes, I can. Can I overhang even lower? I can. Ooh, okay. So let's see. If I were to remove these and remove a couple of those. Let's see, actually. If I get rid of these and I throw some stairs up here, just like that. And now I get, yeah, something like this, just to cover this whole area. And then I could get some storage in here. So I could do something like that. And this could store heads, chassis, and arms. Like that. And then maybe another big tank of... Yeah, so I don't know what the catalyst does. But we'll store biofuel for now. Actually, you know what? No, we'll store catalyst. I don't know what it does, but we will figure it out. And then maybe a couple lanterns right here. There we go. And then we can get some roofs on here as well. Okay. So now, the only thing that we need to do is get up here to build this. So for that, we're going to need some scaffolding. So if we go like to there, and then there, and then if I were to just delete these temporarily, we could get some scaffolding like that to get up here to build this. So why don't we do this? So just get up here, build those platforms, and then I can put that path back in and reconnect those water storages. We still have plenty of water, so really not an issue. We do have a drought on the way, but it's honestly, it's going to be totally fine. And okay, so we can get rid of this and get one more piece of dynamite in there. Medium high priority to get that laid. It looks like we got most of the rest of it laid, which is very good. We are waiting on the maples to mature so we can start harvesting those. Oh, we have our first bot. Okay, so where is this bot? Why don't we get one of these hauling posts for bots? Yeah, and I'm going to put this on medium high priority for the bots. But okay, where is this bot? So he's right here. So he needs biofuel. Okay, and then catalyst is a boost, as is punch cards. Okay. So that's pretty cool. And we are just building some bots. So I would actually love to get these unlocked for bots so that we can actually just build bots with bots. I think that would be pretty cool. And how are they building these? Oh, they're actually just building them from down here. I didn't think that would work. Okay. Well, with that being the case, let's just put that path back in, because that's great. I thought that they would have to build them from this end and not from this end. So that changes this completely. Cool. Yeah, and I do think we want to get bots in here. I think that would be really good. But we'll get one full hauling post of bots to start. Why don't we put this on a medium high priority? Looks like we are getting more punch cards and paper. Although, how are we doing for paper? Not great, actually. And yeah, we only have 2 paper mills, so we might need more because we're making so many books. Although we are kind of maxed out on books. But we do need paper for explosives as well. But okay, why don't we get these unlocked for bots, considering we just have infinite science. And how many bots? Yeah, so we need another bot. We need one more so that we can actually replace this guy with a bot as well. And these are going to be the highest priority, just so that we can get tons of bot parts. It looks like this one's going to finish up next. And we're just going to have endless bots at some point. I mean, ages from now, but that's okay. That's okay. We'll get there eventually. Okay, yes. So we have bots now. So there we go. So 3 bots working in here. So these are now going to work completely overnight, which will be great. And I do think that is more efficient because these are on 90% working speed and 60% movement speed. If I pause and just grab any beaver. Okay, so their working speed is actually lower, but their movement speed is higher. So we need to get some catalyst, it looks like. And where do I get catalyst? Oh, okay, in the refineries. And this needs, it looks like maple syrup and extract to make catalyst. We can do that. So if I were to do something like that, and I actually get rid of these stairs, I can come over here like this. And we can hook up there and there. Yeah. Why don't we actually delete that, delete that. Let's go back in. Where was that? There it is, refinery. So if we flip this around, I'm going to flip that there and flip that there. So we can get rid of this and this. We can hook this in here. And then we can get a couple storages. So it looks like we are going to need maple syrup. And we will obtain that. And then we're going to need extract. And let me just bring this level down so I can actually see what I'm doing here. So why don't these be maple syrup as well? And then these will be extract. And we'll set these to obtain. There we go. And then we have this here. This is catalyst. And then we are going to need a nice sizable catalyst storage. So why don't we get all of this built? That's a lot. That's a lot of stuff that we're building. Oh, and then I actually need to hook this back up. So let me get this deleted right here. And we'll get that last windmill hooked up. Okay. So this is going to get built. And now where are we going to put our catalyst storage? Our actual catalyst storage? Because this is just kind of the temporary catalyst storage. That is a good question. And you know, let's actually get rid of this. And we will get rid of this lantern. And here's what we're going to do. So we can get some stairs right here. And let's see, will this work? So if I get 6s, yeah, how is this going to work? So let me see. So if I get rid of these, if I put a single in right here. Yep. Okay. So that's how this is going to work. And we will get rid of that as well. So we'll put a single in here with a double. Stairs going up. And then we'll do this. And then we can get some large catalyst storage right here. There we go. Just maximizing the space. With a path going right there. And then why don't we get just a little beaver statue kind of overlooking right there. But okay, so this is going to make catalyst. Perfect. Do we have extra bots? We do. There we go. So now we have bots here, here, and here, and then one actually making bots, which is good. Yeah. Okay. So that's good. And I'm going to set all of these to supply. So these will actually supply these storages down here. But okay. So now we just need 2 more bots so that we can actually have both of these bot productions running 24 hours a day. But okay, something tells me that we're going to need more maple syrup. So with that in mind, why don't we get some maple syrup being produced over here? So we'll do something like this. And then a single platform over here as well. So this will be good. And we can plant this whole area with maple syrup. Let me get rid of these, delete this rubble. I am actually going to get rid of this, as well as all of this. Get rid of that. I am going to put, let me see how this is going to work. So if I do, well, first of all, I'm going to fill this in with dirt. And I'm going to delete these. So we're going to have a couple platforms right here where we can build a forester. And now if I do this, how far does that reach? Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, something like that. So why don't we get some single dynamite in here? We'll do the dynamite first. Okay, so this is going to be our forester right here. Yep, it reaches pretty much all the way down there. And then this is going to be our tapper shack. And let's see. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to do triples like this. Let me see. Yeah, don't build those. Okay, here's what we're going to do. Triples right here. Like that. Platforms here. A 6 here. A 2 here. We will get these dynamited away. Let me see. Okay. Here we go. This is what we're going to do. There we go. All right, perfect. So we're going to have this path running right here and around like this. Is that going to work? So if I were to put in a tapper shack right here and then a forester here, no. Okay, so that's not going to reach all the way. Neither is this. Will a tapper shack reach? No, see, it really needs to be like that. All right, well, if we have to run the path, the old path around, that's okay. So we'll get rid of that as well. And this. All right, so we'll rethink this back to the old way, like that. And we'll just put these in kind of the way that we originally were going to, just like this. There we go. Let's get this earth in, and then we will build all of this. And then we can plant this area with maples as well. So we can come in here with maples, get all of this planted up. And I feel like that's as far as we can go. Yes, it is. Okay. And then we can actually get one more maple in right there. Okay. And then we could actually get some carrots in here, might as well. Because they are definitely in reach. And that definitely is growable ground. Okay. So we will switch this over to bots. So now all of our bot production is fully automated. These refineries are just waiting to make catalyst, which is good. But we do have plenty of whatever it's called. And we are starting to get some bot haulers. So that is very good as well. And I think probably we're not going to need to get too many more beavers on the go now that we're starting to get bots, although we do have so many injured beavers. So we should definitely build another medical area, I think. I think that would be good. So let's see. So that's the height there. So if I were to do something like this, so let me see, can I, nope, so I have to go up one more. So if I were to go here, oh, that needs to be a double. There we go. So if I were to go here and then swing this over like this, maybe with one more, can I get up here in a reasonable way? Yes, I can. Okay, so we're going to build our new medical area right here, like this. And if we go into well-being, something like this, really big medical area with a beaver statue right there. And why don't we, this will be the priority. It's kind of a priority. I think the medical well-being of the beavers. I think the medical well-being is a priority. You can agree to disagree if you want, but I certainly think it's important. But okay, let's get this platform built so that I can actually delete this path and get this hooked up so that we can then plant some more maples in here, because I think that would be good. And then once we get all of our haulers as bots, we'll start to transition maybe some builders probably, so that we can actually build things overnight as well. And how are we doing on biofuel? Yeah, it looks like we're doing just fine with biofuel. How are we doing with some of these other things? Paper, punch cards look like they're doing pretty good. We could probably do with a little bit more paper production. I just have no idea where I would actually fit it in. Because I don't think, could I fit a paper mill right here? Oh, I could. Yeah, let's get that. Get a little bit more paper right there. I didn't think that would fit there, but that would probably help, considering that we are just about keeping up with the paper right now. But okay, so we're kind of cruising on the bots right now. Kind of cruising. And okay, so we're starting to get our little medical area built, which is good because we have 30 injured beavers. That is so many. Why on earth do we have so many injured beavers? That is crazy. That is crazy. Oh, wow. We got tons of dynamite laid up here. So why don't we detonate away this lower level? That will be good. And then we can do the next tier. Kind of unnecessary, but not bad. Not a bad thing to do. And let's kind of swing back over here. Yep, and they are just building these platforms. I would love it if they would maybe build this set of stairs first. You know, just so that we don't inadvertently trap a beaver. So we'll build this first. And hopefully we don't trap anybody. But you never know. You never know. All right, how are these maples coming along? 74%. And then we have to wait another 12 days to actually get maple syrup. So it is going to take a little while, but that's okay. Yeah, and these are not quite keeping up. I mean, I know that it is like a 1 to 2, so one of these can handle 2 of these. So we're really not going to stockpile very well at all, but that's kind of to be expected. Okay, and we successfully got our stairs in without stranding any of the beavers, so that is good. And then we're getting this paper mill up and running, so that should be good. And what, these just take logs, right? So why don't we delete this and we'll actually get a small pile right here. And I'm going to have this set to obtain and this set to supply. There we go. So hopefully some haulers will come over and fill this up with logs so that these paper mills could actually just consistently, there we go, consistently produce paper. Because they have the resources right in front of them, and they also have the place to deposit said resources right in front of them. Which is good. Which is very good. All right, and we got all of this dynamite laid. So let's delete these stairs. And we will get these last 2 pieces of dynamite in. That will be very good. Okay. And these aren't working because they can't get all of the raw materials, it looks like. Which is kind of interesting. All right, so why don't we prioritize these by haulers? The 3 that produce the raw materials so that they can just work constantly. They won't have to run out and get anything. I think that would be good. Maybe not the most important, but I mean, I think it's fairly important anyway. But then again, what do I know? You know? I just play games. I just play games. That's all I do. I mean, sort of. That's all I would like to do. It would certainly be very nice. But unfortunately, it's not all that I actually do. There we go. We can get those planted up right there, and then we'll get maples right here. This is a medium-high priority. Focus on maples. And then this guy's just going to wait. And same with this one. That's fine. We have enough beavers. They can wait. And man, 32 injured beavers. That is just crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Let's just do highest priority here so that we can actually get that done. Hopefully get a lot of these beavers in to see the ye old doctor. And there we go. We'll just get a little beaver statue in there. That will be good. All right. And do these have everything that they need? No, see, they don't. I feel like we need more haulers, you know? I think that's really what we need. But we need more bots to actually haul the things before we can get more haulers. One thing that I was thinking that we could do is expand this water storage, if for no other reason than I just want to. This is totally not necessary. We have so much water. But I think it would look nice, you know? I think it would look cool. All right, so we'll work on that. It does look like, yeah, these are finally starting to get built, which is perfect. Or at least hopefully these are getting built. Looks like it might take, honestly, another day to actually get built. But I mean, that does add quite a few medical beds, so hopefully we get, yeah, see, they're going to fill up right away, which is good. Because these, if we go to the well-being, the medical bed, a spot where injured beavers come to rest. Basic needs. So it improves their injury status. So, I mean, it's better than nothing. Hopefully that helps with our injured beavers. We could honestly probably build more. If we really wanted to help the beavers, we would probably do that. The question is, where? You know, honestly, like right here probably wouldn't be a bad spot for some medical beds. So why don't we do that? Let's come in here. Get a little dynamite right there. And now before we go crazy on this, can I? Yes, I can. Okay, perfect. Yeah, so this will work. We'll just cover up this water storage. Not a problem. However, this is going to be slightly more decorative. So we'll do something like this. We will blow this up. Get another thing right there. And this is going to be a more exclusive medical area with the hedge, and then maybe a corner shrub. So why don't we get all that built? You know, priorities. But okay, so this is looking pretty good. And we are starting to get some more bots. So why don't we get this swapped over, and we'll just start to dump the bots into here, so that we can just get even more haulers, or bot haulers, I should say. Just because those will be very efficient, being able to work, 24/7. We'll dynamite this out, get a little bit more water stored in here, which should be good. Not like super necessary, but I think it'll be good just to have a bunch of water storage here to keep this area green. We haven't actually planted anything up here and utilized the space, but we're making sure that it's green. That's for sure. Anyway, guys, this is probably going to bring us to the end of this episode. So if you guys enjoyed it, definitely consider leaving a like and a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I have some more series planned for the future. Obviously, this one's getting, we're not quite done with it, but I'd say another like 5 or 6 episodes, and we'll probably be right about there. Subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date on this series as well as some of the other ones. And I will see you guys in the next episode. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I'll see you then. Thanks. Bye.